Earlier this week, I had the opportunity to meet Pastor Deborah Wise at the Trinity United Methodist Church here in Waverly. She and some people from Texas left on Sunday to help aid in the refugee crisis happening on the island of Lesbos, Greece. Here's my interview with Deborah Wise before she left for Greece.
Refugees are pouring in every day into Europe. Many of the pathways overland through Macedonia have been closed, and so people are paying smugglers to traffic them into Greece, which is the first country in the European Union that would give them a start to finding a new life. Many of the folks are from Syria, others are from Afghanistan, Iraq, Yemen, and other countries in that region.
Men are usually the ones that go because of the travel distance.
Right.
How far is that travel?
Well, it depends on what country they end up in. You know, some folks are going to walk or, get rides, all the way up to Norway. Some countries are opening up and allowing more. Many are going to Germany right now. There's many that are going to France. It really depends on it's such a fluid situation. Mm-hmm. Everything is changing. So, but there's still hundreds and hundreds of people coming in, just through that one island, and there are other islands also.
And now the residents of this island,
yes,
what do they think of all this?
Well, they're afraid because this is a tourist resort.
Yes.
This is like Okoboji would be for us. So what if we had a whole bunch of refugees coming and squatting on the beach? At Okoboji, like what would the tourists?
We wouldn't like it.
No, we wouldn't. So those are some things that we have to respect the folks that they need to make a living. I know that there's some anxiety as they get ready for tourist season. What does it mean when you have 2,000 people coming a day?
Yeah.
What does it mean to take away from the route that most people come who are tourists, which is taking a ferry? Because how many people want to take a ferry boat and then have to go back with 2,000 other people squished together who are refugees? All of those things, are in play. So.
Right. So Americans, we were founded by refugees, coloners, however you want to name
immigrants,
it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what has changed since we were founded to now, and how we are all anti-open borders? We don't want any refugees.
Who's in the place of privilege now? In the 1800s, Germans by the tens of thousands came. People sent their young men because they didn't want to fight in the Prussian War, right? So they sent them to America. People who owned land in Germany sold their farms there and came and bought bigger farms. That's how Waverly got started, was those kind of folks.
Which is unbelievable.
It
that
is.
We're going through this right now.
It really is, and I don't think we really understand as Americans what's going on. We see, snippets in the news and we hear the bad things that are going on.
Right.
But these are people. And last fall I went to a conference, a church leaders conference, and one of the speakers said, "Where is your heart breaking right now?" Because where your heart is breaking is where you should go, but it's also where God's heart is breaking. So when I stand back and look at this, if my heart is breaking over the humanitarian crisis, then I know God is already there. But if I can show up, pay attention to what's going on, and cooperate with what God is already doing through the volunteers, through the people that are there, then that allows me to be part of bringing some hope and light into the world. So that's why I feel called to go.
Pastor Wise and the rest of her group made it safely to Greece. They do ask for your prayers for the rest of the trip.